What's up, YouTube? My name is Ty, financial advisor. Welcome to my channel. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond. This finishes at $20.65 today. That is up 29.06%. So we've been covering this stock for over 2 weeks now. This is the hot meme stock right now, the retail favorite. This stock and a bunch of other meme stocks and low float stocks have been squeezing recently, and while the other stocks have since pulled back, this one keeps on ripping to the upside. This was number 1 on StockTwits today. This had over 18,000 mentions, so once again we're going to analyze it. So at the low, this was at $4.40. And this squeezed all the way up to almost $29 today, which is a 550% upside. And it's since pulled back pretty significantly, but it's been an epic short squeeze so far, and it looks like it's not done just yet. Honestly, I didn't really expect this to go higher than 15, but here we are. So I'm very happy for the apes, but at this point, it's getting very dangerous, so just be very careful. Don't be afraid to take profits and secure your gains. Nothing wrong with that. And we did have a CNBC article here, so let's check that out real quick. Bed Bath & Beyond soars 70%. As meme traders talk up Ryan Cohen's call options purchase. So yeah, the stock went up more than 70%, over 28 bucks, multiple halts. And I didn't know this before, but apparently Ryan Cohen loaded up on leaps here. It says he bought calls with strikes between 60 and 80 that expire January 2023 for 1.6 million shares. So that would be 16,000 call options. So just because he bought $60 and $80 strikes does not mean he's going to hold it until $60 to $80. In fact, he's probably going to cash in pretty soon, if he didn't already. So yes, all hail Ryan Cohen, but even he's not going to diamond hand. And in addition to that news, we did actually have some price downgrades today. B. Riley downgrades to $5, and Odeon downgrades to $7.5. So it does appear like the institutions are coming in and shorting this down now. And that's probably why the stock pulled back so much from $28. Just speculation though. So no company specific news to justify this price action today. Again, this is just a really hot stock on social media right now. Ape's still in here, still a lot of momentum, still trying to squeeze the stock. All right, let's go ahead. Let's jump right in and analyze here. So fundamentals and technicals don't matter nearly as much in a short squeeze, but they're still helpful. So take this with a grain of salt, guys. And this is going to be more or less the same from the previous shows, just with the updated price action. So first of all, we have a cup and handle in the making. Bottom of the cup being the low of $4.40. And there can be multiple possible tops. It can be $28.85 or $30. And longer term, this is part of an even bigger cup and handle, where this has the potential to come all the way back up to 40, 45, or the high of 53.90. But those are all bullish indicators. That is telling us that the stock should come back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. Here we have an ascending channel. Right now, the upper channel is at $16 and the lower channel is at $13. So if this breaks 16 to the upside, that would be bullish. And if this breaks 13 to the downside, that would be bearish. And this did, in fact, break 16 today. So the ascending channel is currently a bullish indicator. In the previous shows, when we covered this stock, we did have this bull flag develop. So that was bullish. That was suggesting that the stock was due for a breakout. It did, in fact, break out. And yesterday, a new, bigger bull flag formed. So that was also bullish. That was suggesting that the stock may break out to the upside. And today, the stock did, in fact, break out of the bull flag. And here today, we have a new, even bigger bull flag forming. So no confirmation just yet, but here's the flag pull. So all we would need is some pullback to form the flag, and that would be a bullish indicator that is suggesting that the stock may break out to the upside once again. And in the aftermarket here, this is running up to 22.10. So if this aftermarket action holds, that would be a bullish indicator for tomorrow. That is suggesting that tomorrow, the stock will run to the upside as well. And now for the bearish stuff, and we do have a triple gap up. It's kind of hard to see here, but the first gap up was back at 13.30. So that's a bearish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should come back down to 13.30 to fill that gap. Second gap down was back at 8.30, so another bearish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should come back down to 8.30 to fill that gap. And the final gap down was back at 6.50. So another bearish indicator that is telling us that the stock should come back down to 6.50 to fill that gap. And all of those gaps should fill in the short term. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now, this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 20.90 and 20.55. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 20.90, 21.25, 21.60, 22.05, 22.45, 22.80, 23.10, 23.45, 23.70, 24, 24.20, 24.50, 25.30, 25.80, 26.40, 26.70, 27.25, 27.75, 28.10, 28.55, 28.85, 29.20, 29.55, and then $30. There is resistance above $30, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 2055, 2015, 1965, 1930, 1890, 1855, 1835, 1805, 1780, 1750, 1710, 1665, 1620, 1565, 1530, 1490, 1450, 1420, 1880, 1340, 1295, 1260, $12, 1170, 1125, 1090, 1055, 1015, and then 965. There is support below 965, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now at the current price, 2065, the channels to the upside and the downside are very wide, so expect significant price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 715 to the downside, the channels start to narrow, so expect a significant decrease in price action if/when this breaks 715 to the downside. RSI is currently at 87, so this is very deep in overbought and overvalued territory. So be careful, guys. And this did 388 million in volume today, which is the biggest volume day ever for this stock, or at least in the last 3 years. So very significant volume, way above the average of 10 million. So this pump/squeeze today was confirmed by the volume. And it does appear like the squeeze is still on. Still a lot of momentum here. Okay, guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. So like I said, I'm very happy for the apes so far. It's been an incredible run. Not over just yet, but at this point, it is getting extremely dangerous. So be careful, guys. Don't be afraid to secure the gains. There is nothing wrong with that. This will pull back very significantly, as with every short squeeze, just a matter of when, not if. So it's pretty much a game of hot potato at this point. Someone is going to get caught holding the bag. Make sure it's not you. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. I'm not saying it's a bad play, but it's just very risky at this point. You already missed huge upside potential from the low of 440. We got some strong bearish indicators right now in the triple gap up and RSI. So while there is still more upside potential, because this is still short squeezing, it's very dangerous. Be careful, guys. So it's hard to predict how high this will squeeze because there aren't any gap downs to go off of. But again, the next top on this cup would be $28.85 and then $30 after that. So we'll just call it $30. So from the current price of $20.65, that would be over a 45% upside potential. So still a lot of upside potential here in the short term. And again, this should eventually come back down to 650 to fill the gap there. And from the current price of $20.65, that would be about a 70% downside potential. So also a lot of downside potential here in the short term. So I would say going long at the current price, $20.65 would be a high risk, high reward play. Not really worth it in my opinion, too dangerous for my liking. So if you want to go long, please do that at your own risk, and it would definitely have to be for a quick scalp. Get in, get your money, get out. But honestly, if you're a bit patient, again, this should eventually come back down to 650 to fill the gap. And that would be an excellent entry. A much better entry than the current price of $20.65. And at 650, there's massive upside potential and really shouldn't go too much lower to the downside. That's near the all-time low. So I would say going long at 650 would be a low risk, very high reward play. And that's definitely worth the shot in my opinion. You really can't go too wrong there. So I don't like the current entry of $20.65, but I can support going long at 650, and if it pulls back, then you can just average down at the supports on the chart. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, looks like a pretty good play to me. And I know that's not a popular opinion. Don't hate me, guys, but I'm just reading the chart. Like I said, at some point, sooner or later, this will pull back very significantly. As with every short squeeze, a lot of people are going to get caught holding the bag here. Make sure it's not you. And the fact that the institutions are reloading and entering here on the short side makes me believe that the squeeze is going to be over soon. But that's just speculation. So once again, this has the potential to come back up to 30 in the short term to complete the cup there, which would be a 45% upside potential. And again, this should come back down to 650 to fill the gap there, and that would be a 70% downside potential. So I would say going short here would also be a high risk, high reward play. But I do like it. It looks like it's not done squeezing just yet, but as long as you're able to withstand the upside pressure here, this will come crashing down at some point, and this most likely will come back down to 650, and that should be some very fat tendies on the downside. So I can support going short at the current price, $20.65 and higher, and again, I would cover at 650 where the gap is for a relatively easy 70% downside gain. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today. Consider taking profits if you're up, not financial advice. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please, like the video. Please subscribe. And catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.